Verma. It's that time of year and I'm so excited to report on this year's design trends. Trends are so fun. They are a statement about our times and I love sharing the trends with you. I also love embracing them, but only when they work with my interiors. Now remember my advice, if you love a trend and it works with your home, go ahead and use it, embrace it. If not, skip it and just wait for the next one. It's just like fashion, and every year, every season, there's always something new on the design scene. This year, I've been keeping an eye out for not only design trends, but fashion and product trends as well, so I can really give you a very thorough report. So first off, let's start with the colors that I'm seeing this season. Black and white. This color is coming on very strong this year. As a matter of fact, all of the colors this year have become very saturated. But this graphic, very high contrast color palette is really popular this year. And you're going to be seeing it trickling down in home decor, wallpaper, fabric, accessories, boxes, trays, and so much more. One way it's really trickling into home decor is with paint. We're seeing a lot of very dramatic dark paneling, dark window trim, and darker front doors, which I'm very excited about. This is a beautiful way to bring a darker color into your existing color palette. People are also using this color to contrast with our very light color palettes that we've been using for the past few years. Another color that I'm seeing is the color green. Now this color started out last fall and is still going very strong this year. Now here's my design tip for you. If you're looking to add instant sophistication, tenure, and maturity to a room, this is your color. I love this color. It's such a classic in so many different shades, and I'm even thinking about using a very beautiful deep green velvet in my children's room for some special seating I found for them in one of my hunts. Now, one of the biggest questions that I get asked is which metal tone is on trend. This year, we are seeing a lot of very rusty finishes. Can you believe that rust is back? After all of these years and months of bright golds and gilts, we are back to the other extreme. But I'm going to tell you, I love it. It's so textural, it's so rich with patina, and the juxtaposition of this really textural metal against a more formal space is very, very beautiful. But don't get me wrong, brass and gilt tones are still going very strong, and you're going to keep seeing these mix in with crystal as well as the really rustic textures such as the rusted iron. Now it's my job to report on the trends, and here is a big trend that's really catching on, but one that I'm not so crazy about. Animals always show up in home decor trends, and this year they are wild. I'm talking really wild. I've been seeing a flair for wild animals being incorporated into many of our formal spaces, and I'm not just talking trophy rooms. I'm seeing wild boar, deer, sheep, birds, even raccoons. Animals have been really coming on with this year's design trends. I don't know, what do you think about this trend? I'll be honest, personally, I'm not really crazy about this trend, but if it's something you love, I say go for it. On the fabric scene, I'm seeing a shift back to some of our more classics, such as gingham and the Tree of Life motif, mixed in with a lot of very neat vintage style prints and large overscale floral prints, which have been contrasted against solid colors. Now we're seeing a lot less of the graphic patterns that we saw last year, such as the chevron pattern, the herringbone pattern, and some of the bold eye-cats, and we're moving into more sophisticated patterns, more low-key patterns like the Greek key pattern paired with some more of the solid fabrics. I just received a very beautiful wedding invitation, and right on the cover was the Tree of Life motif. I love incorporating pattern with my fabrics, so I was really thrilled to see much more pattern coming on the design scene with our fabrics this year. Another very beautiful trend this year is the use of vintage style seating. And I'm seeing this really in a lot of different styles of vintage sofas and settees. Now, last year we were seeing a lot of settees on the design scene, and something that's really unique and different is we're seeing a lot more vintage sofas being used in our interiors. I personally love vintage sofas. I think they're so beautiful, and they give your room a character that really no other seating can provide. It's sort of a nod to the past, but with modern day upholstery can be very beautiful. The shapes, the styles, the carvings, and even some of the bold fabric choices that we sometimes go with when we're working with these vintage sofas can really transform an entire room. Now last on the furniture scene, we are seeing this really incredible movement towards the eclectic. In the past, design styles were really distinct, such as your home might be French country, mid-century, British, warehouse, industrial chic, and now we're seeing all of those elements in the same room. I'm so excited. This is so exciting. Wow, what a design challenge. I love this concept, and I'm hoping to incorporate a few of these ideas in my own home. Now, I may do that by pairing a very classic French Louis XV style table with some industrial style chairs, or maybe a classic Saarinen table with a set of antique French ladderback chairs. So as you can see, this is a really neat exercise in thinking outside of the box, and I'm so excited about this. Now that my home is almost done with the rebuild, I'm really excited to jump into this very neat design challenge and take my time and see how I can incorporate more of an eclectic style in my home and in my design projects going forward. Now before we end today, I'd love to invite you to share what are you excited about this year. Leave your answer below in the comments. I'll go first and leave a comment with mine, but I'm really excited to hear from you, and I want to know what are you excited or not excited about in this year's trends. If there's someone you know, anyone that could benefit from this blog, please invite them to watch this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and for enriching your design skills and your home. I look forward to seeing you around soon. Cheers! Share with you that I am going to donate a portion of the proceeds from our anniversary party celebration to help a very, very special woman and her family get the home they've dreamed about but just never thought possible, just in time for Mother's Day, with your help. Thanks to people like you, their dream of having a home